Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. I thought I would film a quick little tag video because I was just leaving work and I saw that Miss Kenny Nicole here on YouTube tagged me in a kind of get to know me type of tag, and so I wanted to get on here and film it right away because I feel like with these types of videos, if I think too long about the questions, I feel like they're not genuine enough. So I wanted to go ahead and jump on before I had too much time to like prepare an answer so that I can kind of give you like a right off the cuff type type answer for you, so you can get to know me a little bit better. So thank you so much, Kendra, for including me in this tag. That was really sweet. I should have done more preparedness before I pop this up here, but all right, so I'm gonna put the questions here. And also, if you noticed, I am not doing, since I'm not showing nail polish today, I'm in a kind of different area of my house. I mean, don't really need great lighting for, sorry, I'm not looking at the viewfinder. Don't really need great lighting to kind of do a tag video, so I decided to just set up real quick over in my living room. Got some cat shelves over here to your left. My right? No, your left. My right. No. My left, your right. So yeah, I don't know if a cat will jump up there, but just so you're aware. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in and not make this a 35-minute video. So first question, what is your name? Obviously, as you can tell from the video, my name is Linda. Just kidding, my name's Heather. It's been Heather all my life. Before I was born, my mom wanted to name me Amanda, fun fact, but apparently if the rumor is true, and my mother can correct me below because she always comments on my videos, apparently my mother wanted to name me Amanda, but my aunt wanted to name her daughter Amanda, so I think last minute change, she named me Heather. So yeah, that has been my name all of my years. Next question is, when is your birthday? My birthday is in July, so I'm a summer baby, so I wasn't always thrilled about having a summer birthday. I don't know for you oh, and I'm a Cancer, by the way, in case anyone does horoscopes. I was never super excited about having a summer birthday because you never got to have birthday parties when you were a kid, and I don't know if this was like that. I don't know if this was like this for other people, but for me anyway, during the summertime, everyone always went on vacation, and so it was always really hard to have birthday parties in the summertime because just no one would ever show up. So I very rarely had birthday parties, and when I did, very few people came. The one time I remember having a really big birthday party was when my mom had my birthday in like May or something, like April. I had a birthday party in like April or May before school ended, so everyone got to come to my birthday party, and it was at McDonald's, which was awesome. I got to have, I don't know if any of you older ladies remember having a birthday party at McDonald's and like them blocking off all the booths, and you had like your little party room, and yeah, that was totally 80s, I think that was late 80s, I think. But yeah, so my birthday is in July, so I'm a summer baby. Anything else other than that? Yeah, just, that's my birthday. Let's see, number 3 is favorite food. That has to be pizza. I love pizza more than anything in this whole world. I can almost finish an entire pizza by myself. I have a funny story. Me and my husband, one of our first dates together, or one of the first dates we had, he invited me over to his apartment, or his condo, which is where we live now. He invited me over and he decided he wanted to cook for me, and he figured out early in that I was a vegetarian, so no meat or anything. And so the only vegetarian recipe that he knew to cook was these cabbage wraps, like stir fry, kind of Asian stir fry type thing, and like a little lettuce wrap, excuse me, not cabbage wrap. So like, the kind of stuff you see, like some Asian stir fry and yada yada wrapped in lettuce. So he was gonna cook that for me, and so he went and got all the ingredients. He invited me over, we were gonna have it, and I thought it was really sweet that he was gonna cook dinner for me, because not a lot of people get intimidated when you tell them you're vegetarian, because for some reason people assume that you don't eat anything when you're vegetarian. They're like, oh my god, what do? I don't know what to feed you. Like, I eat food, like just not meat. It's not that hard. So yeah, so he got all the ingredients to make this Asian wrap for me, which was super sweet. But he accidentally, when he went to the grocery store, bought, instead of heads of lettuce, he bought heads of cabbage. And so he bought heads of cabbage, and the recipe also called for cabbage in the stir fry. So we were eating basically like double cabbage wraps, and I was trying to be really nice about it, like, oh, that's okay. And you know, we started eating it, and I was trying to be sweet about it, and I'm sure he tells this story a little bit better, but he basically like looked over at me and he said, "Pizza?" And I was like, yeah. So he learned very early in that I can eat an entire like margarita pizza basically by myself. So he now knows when we order pizza that he needs to order at least 2 pizzas, because one of them is probably going to be mine. All right, number 4 is dog or cat. So I don't like these questions. I don't want to play favorites. I've had dogs, I've had cats, but I feel like I'm a little bit more of a cat person than I am a dog person. I feel bad saying that. Is that my cat? We have an automatic garbage can now, and it just randomly, it's supposed to be like, it has voice recognition. So if I say open can, I don't know if you can see that, the garbage can will open, but every once in a while it opens just randomly. So like if you say something close to that, so I think when I said dog or cat, I don't know, I thought I heard it open. But anyway, sometimes you'll be watching a movie and it just like randomly opens for no reason because it thought it heard something that sounded similar to open can. So just in case you happen to see like a weird thing in the background, it's just my garbage can that's opening for no reason. So anyway, I feel like I'm more of a cat person. I don't know, I just feel like we have a connection. I love dogs, but something about cats that you just have to like, I feel like the relationship with cats sometimes is a little bit more, you have to work at it. They don't necessarily love you right off the bat like a dog does. I feel like the relationships, I love my dogs because I just feel like the relationships are totally different. I feel like with dogs, they just love you unconditionally, and sometimes you really need to just be loved unconditionally. But with cats, sometimes, you know, it's like an almost like human relationship. You have to like learn each other's mannerisms, and you have to learn certain, you know, like they can't talk to you. So sometimes you have to figure out what their mannerisms mean. And I don't know, I just feel like the relationship with a cat is a little bit more complex than it is with a dog. So I love them both, but I'm slightly more of a cat person than a dog person. All right, that was a little bit long. Okay, next one. If you were stranded on a if you were stranded on a deserted island, pick only one item that you would bring. So let's assume that on this desert island, I have access to water that I can drink, that I have a suitable shelter. You know, let's say we have all those things covered. What's the one thing that I need to bring with me? I don't know. What would I bring with me? I don't want to bring my pets. Well, it just opened. I didn't even say anything remotely close to open can. I said pets. I hate that garbage can. I don't know what I would bring, because I don't want to bring my animals, because I don't want them to be stuck on a deserted island, but I would miss them. It opened again. Jesus Christ. So I don't know what I would bring, to be honest. I don't like questions like that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to skip that one because I don't have a good answer for it. What would I bring? I'll keep thinking about it as we go. Maybe I'll have a better answer. You know what I definitely would not bring is this stupid ass garbage can that just opens randomly for no reason. Anyway, next question. All right, so next up is my worst fear. So I don't have any like crazy debilitating fears. I have general fears of, you know, death and failure and heights. And I think my worst fear out of all of those is probably flying. I'm not a terrible flyer, I fly, but something about taking off in the plane just makes me terribly nervous. Once we're in the air and we land, I'm totally fine with all that. It's the initial takeoff, the initial ascent into the air, I just get really, really nervous. Oh man, for some reason, like my whole entire life starts flashing in front of my eyes and I start freaking out, like, maybe because I don't understand how planes work, and so I'm assuming as we're going up, I'm like, I don't understand, this plane is so heavy, how is it gonna stay in the air? And then we're just gonna go, yeah. But most of the time I can get over it. It's just that initial ascent in the air, I'm always just like super freaking out. I probably just need to take like something to relax me, a cocktail or something. I don't know, something that calms me down, because that's the only time, that's the only like really debilitating fear that I sometimes have, and it's not even that bad because I get on a plane. I don't have anything where I just, you know, can't function in life because I have a fear. Let's see. Next up is favorite singer or group. So I don't have a favorite. I have, you know, like a general grouping of favorites. So I don't think I could ever pick one person, because I just, music, especially when I was a kid or like a teenager, was just very, very important to me. And I feel like it isn't a lot of like memories and stuff that I have as a kid. So I don't know if I have a favorite. So like I told you in other videos, I grew up in the 90s. So I obviously have a soft spot for 90s music, especially like 90s R&B music. I generally grew up in like the late 90s, which was like R&B, rap, and then in the 2000s. So 90s into 2000s are my general, and mostly R&B, kind of hip hop is mostly my area that I like. If I had to name off, although as a teenager, I did go a little crazy for the Backstreet Boys. So I do have a little bit of a like teeny bopper, you know, area in my heart. But if I had to name artists that I love, definitely Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera, Usher, Craig David, John Legend, Jay Sean. Who else do I love? I feel like I'm forgetting people and I feel bad. Yeah, I mean, and generally anything like R&B night. I don't really listen to music nowadays, unfortunately, because I'm an old fart and I'm one of those like, I like my music. But yeah, anything basically like 90s R&B, that's kind of my jam. If I had to listen to one song, this isn't a question, but I'm just gonna put that out there. If I had to listen to one song for the rest of my life, it would be Mac, oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name? It would be Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. If you don't know that song, you need to look it up. It is literally the greatest song in the entire world. I could listen to it for the rest of my life. It is amazing. It was a one-hit wonder, but it's a good one, so check it out. All right, next up is favorite TV show. I would have to say, again, I have quite a few. If I had to pick one favorite that I absolutely love, it would be Parks and Recreation. If I can find someone that would make a Parks and Recreation nail polish collection, I would probably buy all of them. I love that show so much. I just rewatched it not too long ago, and it's probably like one of my favorite shows. I have a lot of shows that I like, but that show I could probably watch over and over and over again. I just loved it so much. Favorite movie? I don't have a favorite movie. I have a favorite like area of movies. I watch a lot of comedies. We watch a lot of documentaries. Yeah? See birdies? Yeah, so a lot of documentaries, but if I have to pick like a movie kind of movie, it would be like stupid comedies. So ones with like Will Ferrell, you know, like just those kind of like raunchy, kind of silly, stupid movies are usually the ones that I go for. So like Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Role Models, that kind of thing. I also watch a lot of animated movies. So like Emperor's New Groove is one of my favorite movies. Monsters Inc. Yeah, so a lot of like comedy slash like we watch a lot of documentaries. I think mostly that's all we watch nowadays is like documentaries, but every once in a while I'll slip in like a silly comedy movie now and then. Favorite way to spend a Saturday? Doing jack crap. I feel like all week I do nothing but run around and work, and I feel like all week I don't sit down. So on Saturdays, I know it sounds really boring, but Saturdays I literally just like to sit in front of the TV and do absolutely nothing, or at least just like sit on the couch. A lot of quiet time, I think, is my thing. I'm an introvert, so I feel like a lot of my weekends are me like regenerating and kind of, you know, recouping from the week because it's a little hectic, so I have to like kind of recharge my batteries. So it's usually just me sitting on the couch, maybe like putting together a puzzle cast, listening to music, coloring, you know, something to just kind of like calm myself down and, you know, that sort of thing. No, you can't come up here. You can come up here. You can come up here. Oh, yeah. What's going on?
Do you want me to go pick food up? Maybe I'll do that and you can finish your video. How about I do that?
He loves me so much, he's going to get us pizza. Yay! Okay, so let's see. All right, so next up is sweet or salty. I kind of go both ways. I don't think I have a preference on sweet or salty. Tea or coffee? I'm generally a tea person. I like coffee every now and then, but I'm not one of those people that like, I'm not one of those people that like has to drink coffee in the morning. I remember when I was a kid, one story I remember as a kid was when, for Christmas time, like around Christmas time when me and my brother and sister would wake up to open presents. I remember, you know, we would wake up, obviously we were little kids, so we would wake up at like, you know, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and we're like, let's open presents. So we go in our room and we go and wake our parents up and we'd be like, let's open presents, it's Christmas. And then we would have to sit there in front of, so we go out in the living room, you know, you were a kid, you go out in the living room, you have this Christmas tree with all these presents in front of it, and we would have to sit there, the garbage can's open up again. We would have to sit there in front of all of our presents and wait for mom and dad to make coffee. I remember thinking to myself, I am never gonna drink coffee because coffee ruins lives. Just kidding. But no, I think part of me was always just like, I never want to be one of those people who is completely addicted to coffee that I can't wake up in the morning. So I do drink coffee from time to time in the morning just because I like the taste of it. I usually, there's like a cold brew coffee that I like to drink in the morning. But I don't necessarily need it to like wake me up. It doesn't, you know, it's not, I don't really need the caffeine or anything like that. So I would say I'm mostly a tea drinker. You know, I usually have a cup of either like green tea or yerba mate, or like a hibiscus tea. I usually have at least like 1 or 2 things of tea during the day, but I do drink coffee from time to time, but it's not necessarily something that I like have to have. And then last question was, who was the last person you kissed? That's gonna be my husband. Yes, and then the last one is to tag somebody. So I'm gonna tag Meredith at Hugh Lacquer Swatch. I think that's her screen name. I'm gonna tag Angie at Painted Phalanges, and I'm going to tag, who else do I want to tag? Polish Talk. I don't know your first name, but I'm gonna learn it because you're gonna do this tag. So I'm gonna tag those 3 ladies, and then any of you ladies who don't do, or any of you men or women who don't do YouTube, if you want to answer some of these questions down in the description box so I can get to know you guys a little bit better. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. If you guys want to chat, let's chat, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.